Hello. Welcome in, everyone. Becky has muted herself while she takes care of something, but we will get started in just a few minutes. Hello, Mart. Hello, Faded Joe. Good to see you. Welcome in. Hello, Style. Welcome in. Might as well do a sound check. Can everybody hear me okay? And I will just say something and hopefully, hello, Cricket. Hopefully, someone will answer me because there is a delay and I know that. So I'll just wait. Uh, so um, I hope everybody's doing all right. Hear me loud and clear. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you. Um, all right. So, as I said, Becky had to quickly take care of something. She will be with us very soon. Hello, Brandon. I am not guessing, Brandon, because I know exactly what the answer is. You can't do that with me. I've seen it too many times. Thank you, Mark. Um, so, uh, while we're waiting for Becky, I know some of you are probably already aware of the news out of Clearwater, but I have a feeling that some of you are not, and I do not have a whole lot of details, but I
I'm
do
I'm
know.
I'm here, so I am
Okay, Becky.
listening.
Okay.
I don't know what happened in Clearwater, so I would actually like a real quick recap.
Well, I don't actually have a recap for you. All I know is apparently Aaron was found guilty today.
Oh shit! Really?
So, yeah. Well, I mean, his lawyer and his hands were pretty well tied,
Oh no!
in
What
my
is the?
opinion, by the judge.
Oh,
There
well,
were
of
just
course.
so many things that they couldn't say.
Mm,
And listen, I have said it before and I will say it again. Is Aaron one of my favorite people? No. Does he
mm-hmm.
get and share good information? Yes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's the only time I watch him usually. The odd time
Mm-hmm.
I will pop in, I'll say hi, I'll stick around for a little bit if I'm interested. Hi, Journey. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but or if I'm doing something and
Yeah.
I can listen
Yeah.
at the same time. But honestly, I'm only there for the Scientology information,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like that with everyone pretty well at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel you. I totally feel you. I had to step away from it for a minute. Just everything in general was just so overwhelming sometimes. Um, I care a lot about all of the ex-Scientologists, even the ones that are a little nuttier than the other.
yeah,
And you guys know who I mean. I think we all went out there with that intention of helping and not we just wanted to help.
yeah,
So, there were some comments made. Luckily, I was able to speak. Um, I was able to speak to someone that I consider a dear friend,
yeah,
and just I felt hurt by the comment of the never ends. I felt hurt by the, well, how dare they try to the whole memorial thing.
hmm,
Why were you involved? Not you per se, but when
yeah.
you're
No, I
not
get it. Hmm.
and so to me it was like, but we all came out in your support, in your and I know that a lot of their feelings and how they feel and how maybe even how they oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Even how they express themselves has to
Yeah.
do with that upbringing.
Yeah.
And so I try to give as much grace as possible, understanding that they were brought up to think that the outside world, you know, didn't matter.
Yeah.
And so I get that. I understand that. Um, I just try to give grace because, uh, you know, that's the reason why we all go out and we all try to fight this as much as we can because they have done a lot of damage. They have hurt them to the point where unless you grew up in Scientology, you don't understand me. That's how I take
Yeah.
it. Like, you don't understand me. You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Um,
What they don't
and
also understand, though, is that there are lots of different types of trauma,
yeah,
and not all of it is caused by cults.
yeah.
And there are a lot of never ends who
Oh,
can
yeah.
definitely identify with the trauma that they've
Hmm.
experienced. So,
I think when they talk about some of the stuff that they talk about reminds me of growing up in a gang infested neighborhood.
yeah,
Um, the- the inability to speak about some things, growing up in Venice, as I've mentioned many times, if you are seen talking to a Culver City boy or Culver City, whatever, or
hmm,
Sotel, you became a huge, huge target. It
yeah,
was like, how dare you talk to those people? And I feel that sometimes it just, I understand it because I've seen it so much. No, is it a cult? I think that a lot of the gangs are cults.
yeah,
You have to go through an initiation. So, yes, you know, there are several types of traumas. Not one is it more
no,
painful,
exactly.
extensive than the other. But I think that's why so many of us flocked to this cause because we could relate to what
Yeah,
happened to them. And
exactly.
you kind of feel like, damn, um, I guess we're not worth it. That's how I felt. I felt like we weren't um worth their time.
Yeah,
Um, and it was very hurtful. But like I said, I was able to speak to someone that had made a comment similar to that,
hmm,
and we were able to talk it out. We were able to talk it out. We were able to they were able to clarify what they tried to say. And I also expressed the fact that many of their supporters are never ends.
yeah,
You know, I don't know. I did feel some sort of way over that, but like I said, we talked about it. Um, and we're healing. It still takes some time to heal. It still takes some time to say, I want to forgive you. I want to get over it. But it's going to take me a little minute longer because
yeah,
and I think the reason behind that was because we saw them as our friends, as our family in some cases. And now it's like you rejected us for what? Not being a Scientologist and getting out. That's how I
yeah,
felt. I mean, but
yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
I I don't generally get offended easily,
Yeah.
um, and I won't say that I have been offended.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 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 a little disappointed
I think
in
that's a good
the
word.
way that some people who were raised in it, or mm, we'll just say raised in it, who are
Mm-hmm.
survivors of Scientology, um,
Mm-hmm.
look at some of us or speak about some of us when we say something that they disagree with. And I
Yeah.
understand that a lot of it has to do with their upbringing. I get that.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
I also know that
Yeah.
most of them have been out for several years now
Mm-hmm.
and long enough to understand that we don't all have to have the same opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just because someone expresses an opinion that you disagree with
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that you need to go on the attack.
Yeah. Well,
Or,
that's why this cult is such a horrible cult. Many people,
I
they
know
were,
that they were raised
yeah,
never defend, always attack, and or
and
always
yeah, and
attack
I
and never
agree.
defend. And I get that. I
Yeah,
do. I
yeah,
get
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But I just,
I understand.
they
Get some
want
help. Get some help.
they they have all said in at one time or another that they
Hmm.
want our help,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that they appreciate how so many of us have have joined this fight with them.
yeah,
Um, but that is only good long enough, or as long as we
we agree with
don't,
you.
yeah, that we agree with them, and that we don't ever say, you know, I think you could handle this better,
Yeah.
or I don't think what you're doing is helpful,
Hmm.
or
True.
you know anything along those lines. I mean, I'm not saying, like, we all know that there are certain people that take great pleasure
Yeah,
in just continuing to bash and bash and bash. I'm not talking about those people. Those
yeah,
people I have no time for, and I will not defend them in any way,
yeah.
shape, or form.
I
But
agree.
I'm
I
talking
agree.
about the majority of us who are literally here supporting and trying to help in whatever way that we are able to.
Hmm. And a lot
But
of the
if we
responses is,
disagree with the
yeah,
way that
yeah,
they handle something,
yeah.
and have the audacity to say something about it, well,
Hmm.
then, you
Screw
know,
you. We don't need you. We didn't ask for your help. You came
right,
out and gave it to us. You just want
right.
this clout.
And
All
if
you
you
want is
can't take
clout.
it, then go find something else you could be doing, you
And
know?
let me just tell you that I've said this many times. The ones that are out are out. They're no longer in that abusive situation. Yes, it does carry a very deep scar. When I speak up against the abuses of Scientology, it's to bring awareness, one.
Mhm.
Two is in hopes that the ones that are still in hear it and say, wait a minute, there's people out there supporting us. We won't be alone if we leave this cult. Um,
Right.
so I'm not here necessarily for the ones that have already left, although many of them I consider friends. Many,
Hmm.
a few of them, I should say, I've met in
Yeah.
person. I know that they have caring hearts. I know that they don't mean to do it in a hurtful manner. They
Yeah.
just don't know how else to express it. They were in there in their most formative years. Um, yeah, and I just personally, if it's bothered me to that point, I just step back,
Yeah.
reevaluate. Why am I here? Am I here because I want them to give me praise? Oh, look at Becky, look at her
Right.
go. Am I here for the acknowledgement? No, it's always nice to get acknowledged for your work and for
Right.
your advocacy, because
Right.
I still say I am an advocate.
Yeah.
But the same way that I may help out someone, one of my participants in out, out in the encampments, the same way I don't expect them to be like, oh, here you are. Oh, the almighty Becky. Sometimes you just help. You will
Yeah.
never get acknowledged for it. It's a thankless job. Let's be real. Going out there, no, none of them
Hmm.
asked us per se. But again, I'm not there necessarily for the ones that managed to get out.
Yeah.
I'm still speaking up for the ones that are inside.
Yeah. I just, so my view of it, I I kind of said it, but I maybe could expand just a little bit before we get into the
Hmm.
recap, and we will get into
Yeah.
the recap. Um, I'm not asking for someone to pat me on the head and say good job.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm not asking for thanks even.
Hmm.
But I think that when they recognize that people have been consistently supporting them, the least that they can do is reciprocate.
Yeah, at least acknowledge it and say, again, it doesn't mean that they have to come into our chats and be like, you go, girl, every
But
single time. But
no,
every now and then, it keeps us motivated. It keeps us,
yeah,
oh, we're in the right path. It motivates us to continue to go out there and, get harassed, get
yeah,
attacked, um, in some cases find themselves in legal trouble.
yeah,
Once upon a time, I remember Aaron saying, why not just take a plea deal, and get
hmm,
it done and over with? Why are we going to continue to donate when they can just take a plea deal? And
yeah.
um,
But he
now
has
that,
apparently changed his mind on that.
yes, now that the shoe is on the other foot, it's like, um holy fuck, the prison system, and it opened up his eyes to see shit that I myself have dealt with firsthand.
Yeah,
Not everybody, if you're not guilty, why the fuck are you going to accept a plea deal? Are you going to roll the dice and say, yeah, and then it also affects their, let's be, any type of whether it's a plea deal, you are saying you did it, you were
hmm,
guilty,
right.
but I'm just gonna take a smack in the hand versus a good ass kicking.
And
um
honestly, people of color have been the ones who
yes,
have been encouraged to
yes,
take plea deals the most
hmm,
over
yes,
the many,
yes,
many, many decades,
yes, and
because they
so yeah,
generally do not have the money to pay all those court fees.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, and now he got to see it. Unfortunately, if he would walk away from this without any repercussions, um, I think that he would have a better understanding of
yeah,
those of us that have gone through the court systems, that have had to take a plea deal because we cannot afford a fancy attorney. because we know that the majority of colored people, they're going to be found guilty,
Yeah.
just based on their skin color. Like, just listen to that. You will be found guilty
Hmm.
just because of your skin color.
Yeah.
So I hope that he learns from it. I hope that I don't know. All I think I'm asking is for a little acknowledgement of, Scooter Mom, like
I
you
just
did.
think treating people with respect all the way
Yeah,
around
yeah. Well, you did
is
20 hours on
un,
that one stream.
I think treating people with respect all the way around until
Mhm.
they have done something that
Yes.
loses them that treatment.
Yeah.
That's the very least that I think
Hmm.
anyone
Hmm.
deserves.
I agree.
I mean, anybody could have done the 20 hours.
Yeah.
I am very
But they
grateful
didn't.
that Cricket stuck it out with me. Yeah, well, I
Oh,
mean,
cricket. Hmm.
yeah, they didn't, but also I volunteered really early on.
Yeah, you did.
So, and then when it came down to it, it was like, oh, what did I do? I've been in an awful
Yeah.
lot of time zones.
Yes.
But
And even acknowledging that, school, acknowledging that someone who is a never in actually did a 20 something hour long stream in support of the ex Scientologists. We are rejecting the abuse. We are rejecting what they do to people, the auditing. We are rejecting um, the horrific crimes against children and against
yeah,
humanity, really.
yeah,
I think even just saying, you know what, guys, yeah, thank you. That's it. A thank you. Then that little bit gives us that incentive to continue and continue to fight and continue to fight or
yeah,
not
yeah,
just them, but that's how I feel. And like I said, I was able to express my feelings, my thoughts. It was very well received. And we only have two choices: to
yeah,
move forward or to get stuck there and be bitter. I choose to move forward. I still consider them a great friend. I still consider them, that I still see them as someone that's worth continuing to fight for, and that's what
yeah.
it boils down to.
And there are people that I don't currently have any contact with,
Hmm.
and it's not I it's it is not me that stopped the contact. I will just say it that way.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't have any hard feelings
Yeah. Sometimes
towards,
it takes a little bit of time for them to say, "Oh fuck, we fucked up," and
and that's
come forward.
the thing
Yeah,
is like my email address has not changed,
yeah,
and if and when those
they're ready.
individuals want to reach out, then
Hmm.
I will still be here, and
Hmm.
it may require a conversation,
Yeah,
but I think that that's only fair.
I think
And since
that that
I've
is only
never
fair.
heard their side of whatever the
Hmm.
issue apparently
Yeah.
is, it would be good to know. But anyway, let's get on
So
with the
that we
court
can
report.
become better. That's it. Look, all it
Yeah,
boils down to is having a conversation so
yeah,
that we can become better, either better activists, better friends. That's all it is.
yeah.
And but we're here for a recap, aren't we? Oh shit! I fell again.
We
Not
are.
me. The camera. I can't. I tried to do it on my
Yeah.
brand new laptop, but guess who doesn't know how to fucking set up shit yet?
Well, you know, don't do it when you're under a time crunch, is all I will
Yeah.
say about that.
I was very tired. I was so exhausted from, let me see if I look half-ass decent to even be on camera. Whoa, hello.
There she is. The arm from
Eh,
my
eh, eh.
camera is right in my line of sight.
Oh shit, the backdrop fell again. Hi guys.
I wouldn't have
Uh,
noticed if you hadn't said something. So,
well, it bothers me when I see it, because this is,
yeah.
I'm supposed to take everything out of this she shed and rearrange it and set up the new shelves that I have.
Uh huh.
But time,
But
life is just so,
you've had a lot going on, so it might take
yeah,
a minute.
yeah. That's why I
So,
don't do my camera in here anymore. But, you're on
uh
camera
huh.
and I feel like I'm hiding. Like, I don't
Eh,
want to hide.
I'm not
Um,
worried about it. Welcome in
no.
everyone who has come in while Becky and I have been yapping away. Don't worry, you haven't missed anything about LA today, okay?
No, LA was popping. Let me tell you, LA was popping. And, oh, well, you know what? Fuck you then. You want to stay down? Stay down. God damn it. Little fucker.
Screw you
You
and the
want to
horse you
fall?
rode in on, you
You want to
stupid
fall?
backdrop.
Fucking fall. I try to fix you. I try to fix you, but you do not want to be fixed. LA was quite interesting today. LA was very, for those that don't know, Scott had a last minute hearing, kind of like an emergency hearing. I'm telling you, this shit is bothering me there. Um, and he was hustled into court today. Had to go and answer as to what he does not have an attorney for his misdemeanors either. So he's in pro per, better known as in pro se in most states. He had to answer as to why he presented the witness list and
Hmm.
as to why he um, showed the body cam. This man
So
went
he
out
showed it
and
on his stream.
he showed it on his stream. It was a very, very racist remarks that he said, not only in the body cam, but
Mm.
as he tried to explain it, he told one of the officers to go back to his country. Yeah. And then he tried to clean it up by saying, well, I'm from Europe. I'm 100% European. I mean, I can tell somebody from England to go back to their country, the white wig wearing whatever. Again, very offensive. This motherfucker managed to offend not only Latinos, uh, Black people, Asians, um, but now Europeans. You guys thought you guys were exempt from this shittery? Mm-mm. Yeah, I know you're speechless, right? When you think he cannot get
Oh
any
no,
lower.
there is so much that I could say,
I know.
but I don't think YouTube would like it because
Look.
they've been cracking down on a lot lately.
Oh, really? Like what?
I can't tell you on a stream because
Oh,
they won't like it.
no. I mean, are they cutting down? Well, I mean, if he's able to make all these racist remarks, he body shames like no other. I mean, look at how
I mean, I'm sorry, he is
I
not
know.
one to talk, and that's the most I will say about that particular
Mm-hmm.
criticism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's very
Neither
difficult.
am I, by the way.
Well, but that's not the point. You know what, Scooter Mom? I think that he brings the ugly out on us, in us. He brings that ugly side that you don't like about yourself, or you can look at him and call him, everything else under the book. Um, but I keep telling people, does it slip on me? Hell yeah. I mean, sometimes I just want to like, oh, listen, you are talking about cottage cheese thighs, but yet you have fucking hot dog rolls in the back of your neck. That. Oh, did I say? Oops. Um, but that's. I try to stick to. He does enough stupid shit, ugly shit, that we don't have to go as slow as talk about his appearance.
Yeah.
But I know that really, really bothers him.
Hmm.
Because he used to say, I would be like, "You're not gonna eat. Oh, here you go. Here are the tacos. You're not gonna eat." And one day he said, "I don't like eating in front of the camera." And I'm all like, "Oh, really?" He's all like, "Nah." And he kind of made a gesture, about his weight. Um, and I didn't think too much of it. Um, Everything that he criticizes about people, I really believe that those are the feelings towards himself. The
Every
ugly he
accusation is a
sees. Yeah.
confession, and
Hmm. Yeah.
every
Yeah.
insult is uh,
An
uh, uh,
admission of, yeah.
an admission. Yeah. Uh, and I know that there are people who will say, like, I don't know why Scooter doesn't just, say what she's thinking. Because he does, and he gets away with it, and so why not? And it's not that I am saying that I am better than him, but I want to try to be better, a
A
better
better
human
person. Yeah.
being than
What he
people
is.
who will do what he does. It's just,
Hmm.
it's how I was raised. And
You try to
there
raise
is
above it.
also, I do. And there's also the old, point your finger, you're pointing one finger at one person, but you've got three others pointing back at yourself.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
like, I
And let's
have
be.
heard that, like, throughout my whole life, and
Hmm.
I listen, Janet. Yeah, I mean, when they go low, we go high. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I tried that
not
method.
every
I
single
tried it.
time.
I've tried it.
Not every single time. I just
I
I try to
yeah.
watch what I say.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
It's not that I won't get down and dirty if I absolutely have to, but I'm not going to
Hmm.
do it
Yeah.
when I don't feel that I need to.
Yeah.
When
There's
I can
enough
say what I
bad
need to
shit
say
about him.
without going there. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, it's true. It's
So,
true. And even when I myself listen back to some of the comments that I've made, because I've been guilty, I am guilty. I will continue to probably be guilty. But even when I go back and I listen to some of that shit, I'm all like, damn, that came out of your mouth, girl. Really? You allowed
mhm.
him to bring out that ugly side of you. Like I said, it's not that I don't have it in me.
Yeah.
I choose my words. I choose what I say.
Yeah.
um and the other thing is, you know um it's a family friend happened to find me through Mexican long hair,
Mm,
and we were at a gathering, and he was there, and he's all like, this is when I think I did my video off, and he says, "Oh, I saw you on YouTube. Was that you?" And at first it shocked me, and I'm like, "Holy fuck, which one?" And he says,
mhm,
"You were on panel with Mexican long hair talking about that guy." And then I have
mhm.
to remember that friends and family may come across my videos, not understand why I snap, crackled, and pop on his ass. Um, and so I do feel a little embarrassed that they had to see the ugly side of me. And it's not like they
Right.
haven't seen it. Fuck, we grew up together, you
Yeah.
know. But it does embarrass me to know that if my family or friends, and it's been more than one friend. Another one saw me in the background on Jessica's video when we were out in the ICE protest, and luckily she did not hear the Buffalo Hump song.
Mm, yeah.
But I have to remember that not everybody is going to know what he's done to me and to so
Yeah.
many. Luckily my friends and my family, they know me well enough that if I'm saying something, it's probably because I am up to here with them.
Right.
He
But
found it
yeah, not
funny, but
everyone will.
I still felt
Mm,
embarrassed when he told me, and I even went back to that video, what he was talking about, and I went, "Ooh, I don't like that side of me." I, I try for it not to I don't want to get down and dirty and roll in the muck pit with this fucking pig, I don't want
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but again, I'm only human. I'm not
Yeah.
perfect. They're going
Absolutely.
to.
Absolutely. I mean, I had a friend of mine on stream. Was it last week? No, it was a couple of weeks ago for the generational thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's known me since high school, before I graduated high school.
Oh, wow.
And
Hmm.
so she knows, she has
Hmm.
seen all my shades.
Oh, yeah.
So, but
50
I
Shades
know
of Scooter.
that didn't sound right. Um,
No, listen. I'm sorry, Scooter. You're right. That did not sound right. I'm sorry. I apologize. It was just too easy.
however,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm turning 50 shades of red.
um, just because she has seen those sides of me and is
Hmm.
aware that they exist within me doesn't mean that knock it off, CBF, no fetish talk. Doesn't mean that that's what I want people to see when they come to my stream, even if
I
they know
agree.
that that's in me,
I agree.
because that is only one side of me. If that was the
Mm.
predominant feature about my personality, well then yeah, you would see that a lot. But that's the part of me that I try really hard to not bring out in public. You know,
They can't take us anywhere, is what Chat is saying. No, we
I
can't take you
know,
guys. No,
I
I'm
know.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Um,
listen, y'all, just be glad that I'm not doing any streams reacting to heated rivalry, okay? Because then you might be seeing and hearing all kinds of stuff that you never want to see in here. Okay? I'm just
Oh,
saying.
I consider Scooter Mom such a great friend. I really do. And so to me, I didn't mean it in an offensive way,
No, I
obviously.
know.
But my face feels so hot right now because it was like, I mean, I think if we would have said this in private, we would have been like cracking up, you
Oh,
know.
absolutely.
But now I'm like, oh, sorry, sorry. Not really, but I'm sorry that you guys heard that.
um, Listen, I have read the books, I have watched the movies, but I have not personally experienced any of the 50 Shades of any of that.
Oh,
Okay.
I won't even talk about the Kama Sutra because god damn.
I have not read that.
Oh
I've
honey, that
heard,
that's not a book.
uh,
That's an
well,
experience.
yes, but there is a book about it, but I have not
I know,
experienced
I know,
either
I
that or the book. Weren't we
know.
supposed to be
let's
doing a court
let's
recap?
let's just say that I still have the feather. Anyways, back to the record recap because we always end up turning left.
Yes, yes. Court.
my your poor I always say my
Thank
chat
you,
because
Afila.
oh my god, oh my god, yes, I know, Apila, it is a book, but what I'm trying to say, it is not a book, it is an experience. Hallelujah. Hey, who
This
said
is
50-year
why
olds
I
cannot
always
experience
put
shit? Hmm?
usually NSFA or NSFW, whatever the stupid thing is that I always put in the title when we chat.
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, Scooter, you already know how I am. I don't know why you keep inviting me back on here.
Thank you, NSFW. Gosh, brain farts, man.
Oh, not
Telling
safe
you.
for work. Oh, is
Yeah,
that what it
not safe
stands
for work.
for?
Yes, that is what it
Oh,
stands for. And anytime I have you on here, I
oh
have that
shit.
in the title.
And you only put subscriber modes only too.
Yes.
Becky has to come with a warning. Becky comes with a warning. Enter at your own risk. This
Well,
bitch
okay,
can't keep her mouth shut.
the subscriber mode is for everyone's protection.
Yeah, because my trolls like to follow
And
me everywhere.
and to make it easier on the mods.
Because they would have to be kicking a lot of people out of here. Let's be
Mhm.
real.
And they know, like I have seen all of my mods mod in other chats. So so they know
Chris on the
what
drums. No.
what will and won't be tolerated, and they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
free reign to time out or kick out. You know,
They have free reign to kick ass. Yep, they sure do.
CBF, if I happen to look up something, you will not know about it because you
Awesome.
bring it into my chat.
What did CBF say? Hold on.
She
Is she
said
still
not
talking
to look
about
up the
fetishes?
Kama Sutra. Hi, Bridge.
Oh, hell no. I'm not, hell no. You need to look that shit up. Read it. Watch it and experience it. God damn it. Oh, you mean you know? You better go ahead and look it up. Fuck yeah. Who needs a book?
Listen, whether I do or don't, y'all ain't gonna
And
hear from
nobody
me.
needs to know. Nobody needs to know. I mean, I'm just saying. It opens up a whole new world. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say I had to tell you which one of all anyway. So getting back to the court hearing,
Yes, please.
you know what? I forgot my notebook. Let me go grab my
Okay.
notebook. Yes,
Okay.
let me go grab I need to go get myself some cold water because goddamn I'm already in some hot deep shit.
Uh-huh. Is there a hose there?
I need to go see my husband. That's what I need to go see. I forgot to
Not
mute.
not where while you're wearing the headphones, please.
I forgot to mute. Oh, it smells like I'm still on a live, honey. So watch your words. So no. How was the burger? I'm coming in for my notebook because your wife is getting into so much deep fucking trouble. I won't even tell you what it's all about, but let me just tell you, it involved a feather and the Kama Sutra. Thank you, my love. It's in here. Okay, I will get it. Thank you, babe. I think you are the bestest. Oh, you're the bestest of the bestest. Let me just tell you, there's a reason why my husband loves me.
Okay, that's enough, Becky.
I'm not talking about that. Your mind went a totally different way. I'm talking
Can you
that
blame
I
me?
always, no, no. Um, I was talking about I love this chair. I don't want to reupholster it because it belonged to a friend of mine that's no longer with us.
Hmm.
But damn, it's fucking ugly. Here, let me cover it up. It's comfortable. It is so comfortable, but damn, it's ugly.
Hmm.
It sat in an office for over 45 years, next to the beach, and when they were cleaning out her office, they knew that we had spent many long times sitting in these chairs and just fucking cracking up, kind of like we do now. So when I sit in this chair, it reminds me of my girlfriend and how we used to just have conversations for hours and hours about everything and anything. So now, oh, you guys like my new notebook? I always have a new notebook because I always lose all of them. But one of these
Hmm.
days, look, isn't that pretty? It's a little
Yes.
hummingbird. So let's go on here. Um, so it came. So the prosecution requested a protected order regarding the videos that were inseminated and were produced to Scott in discovery. Um, there was so Scott argument into that was, well, I didn't know, Your Honor. I've watched a lot of LAPD video cams out there, Your Honor, and I didn't think it was wrong. I just and then why would they send me unredacted? It was the state attorney's job to make sure that personal information was redacted. It is not my fault, Your Honor. Why are you blaming this little innocent man that's here in pro per? And I know nothing about the law. Never mind that the other judge already had him sign the court rules, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, and then the other thing was that he has gotten so much evidence that he is overwhelmed with it. And he hadn't gone through the whole video prior to fucking restreaming it. And I don't know what to tell you, Your Honor. Um, I think what was so funny was when the district or when the prosecutor was calling out his YouTube names,
Mm-hmm.
and also known as, the what is his fucking last YouTube name? Um, Lord of the Gadflies, and the church was like, Lord of the Gadflies. They also brought up they did bring up the felony case. So now the two prosecutors are talking to each other and going, huh, so he did that there. Oh, he did it over here too. Oh, I see. Well, let's go tell the judge. But the judges are very different.
Mm-hmm.
This judge is oh, but he didn't know. Poor guy. We're gonna give him another chance to fuck up people over. And then we have the other judge that is like, nah, I know your type. I know YouTube. I know the internet, and you done fucked up. Um, so they were trying to remove the improper his ability to self-represent because we can't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
We know you don't know what you're doing. And they even tried to use that against Scott, his very own words. He said it himself, Your Honor. He's overwhelmed. That's why he needs a legal team. That's why he needs an attorney. That's why um I said it. I said it. Don't get your hopes up. He looks very confident. I do have to give him credit. That motherfucker knew how to lie with a straight face. And he came out on top.
Mm-hmm.
I think those blue eyes, little innocent look, does help him. Um,
Yeah.
but let me tell you how fucking evil he is. I had to sit a little closer because I couldn't hear it. It booms in there. There's an echo in there. So
Yeah.
whether somebody's shuffling papers, it just sounds really loud and you cannot hear the judge. So at
Mm-hmm.
first I kind of stood up so that I can pay attention. Um, and then I kind of, sat a little further ahead. And as he's coming out, you know, we are at eye level. I don't even know how the fuck he was walking, but he was walking like, I don't know if he dropped something and then he kind of looked up, but we're at eye level. And he
Mm-hmm.
had that little fucking evil laugh that was all
Mm-hmm.
like, ha ha. When, the prosecutor got the protective order, he could not show this shit on YouTube again. So if he shows it on YouTube again, there might be another emergency hearing, and this time he
Yeah.
might not get away with it. But as far as removing his improper status, that still stands.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a total win for him because he still got the protective order. That's still hanging over his head again.
So was it a new
Um,
judge?
and this is for the misdemeanors, so it's a different judge. The ones for the felonies is a completely different judge as well. I don't even know if the felony judge is going to be hearing his case or if it's going to be moved to another location, another courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, if the little court fairy were to come and say, Becky, what do you wish? I would say, I wish for that judge to stay on this case He's a fair judge.
Yep.
He understands this whole YouTube bullshittery. Um, the other judges just see Scott as this, oh, poor little guy. He's so stupid. We'll give him another chance. And the
Mhm.
judge did say, you will not get another chance. You will not get another chance. So it was a win for him. But when he looked up and he saw me and he gave me this, he had that little smirk on his face that you just want to slap. And I just looked over and I said, "Well, goddamn, what was it that I said? I'm impressed, but you're still an asshole." I was impressed that it worked. I had a 60% chance of thinking that he might just end up in handcuffs because of the other shit. Um, and it was, he got binded a little better this time. Now they're really tight. Now they're really tight. I'm telling you, they're just giving him enough rope. Um, but the other, he won. Is now there's been two district attorneys that have said this asshole doesn't know what he's doing in court.
Yep.
It's for his own protection.
Yeah.
But he thinks he can do better. Let me tell you guys, this prosecutor, I was all like, really? Is that what you're gonna argue? It was like, really? He said, Scott made a reference that he contacted his old attorney to get legal advice and that he might be representing him in the felony case when he actually goes to trial. And this DA came up with, he can't do that, Your Honor. He can't go and ask a licensed attorney to give him any advice. And Scott responds to that was, what do you mean? Why not? And the judge was like, attorneys do it all the time. Attorneys will contact another attorney not involved in this case to get some legal clarification or legal opinion. It happens all the
Mhm.
time, but if you can find me the rule, and the DA was like, oh shucks, never
Mhm.
mind. Um, this DA is very odd. I asked for his name, because I wanted to give you guys the right information. And he's all like, Nick. And kind of like, what are you doing here? And I said, I'm
Mhm.
reporting on his case. And that's when I guess I
Little
don't know,
Caesar. Yeah.
yeah, it was
Sorry.
Little Caesar. I guess that's when the
After I
other guy
just
can.
went through this whole thing about trying to stay above it.
But you don't know him. You're not talking about him directly. Hell, you don't even know if he's tall or short. But you were right, Little Caesar. You know what? Yes, that's how he came in there.
Mhm.
And he tells them, you don't have to give her that information. She can go through the press department. Or And I went, ooh, I'm press. They called me press.
Mhm.
But I think they just see all YouTubers as the way he presented this, he made it sound like there's this bunch of activists, protesters that
Yeah.
stand behind him. At the
Mhm.
same time, he says, I have no control over them. I have no control over what people do. But
Mhm.
yet you blow that little dog whistle. He was
Yeah.
very standoffish with me. Not that I give two fucks. I just wanted your name. I don't send shit to you for nothing. I don't send anything to him. Hell, this is the first time I come to this hearing.
Yeah.
Jennifer and Moxon were there. Oh, I gotta tell you guys a little tidbit. I
Well,
needed
wait,
my
before
coffee.
you do,
Hmm.
let me tell you
Oh yes.
something that was going on in the chat when you were talking about this afternoon. Um, several people in the chat, when you said that you were referred to as press, said get your press credentials, get a press pass.
I think I shall. I think I shall. I thought it was when he said that it kind of like I don't
Well,
know, it did something
I
for my
know that Lens
self-esteem.
has one. I know
Yes,
Lens
she does.
has one.
Hmm.
So,
Well, I guess I'm going to have to figure out how to get one, and I think I can just print one out. Hell, I don't know how that shit works, but if they're calling me press and they're telling me I have to go through the press office, then fuck a duck. Who am I to correct them, right? Oh, I'm press.
right.
Ooh, gracias.
Mm-hmm.
I'm press, and I'll go in there with my little damn lanyard that says press. Hell, I fucking even go in there with a vest that says press, you know? Because now you have called me press.
Mm-hmm.
That came straight from the prosecutor. I am press. Mhm. So,
So anyway, you were gonna say,
oh, the little tidbit of one of his little supporters. Oosh. Frisball, Griselda.
mm-hmm.
Um, I went down for coffee. And then I saw hot dogs, those hot dogs on the on the my thumbnail where I went, oh, hot dogs. And I got two hot dogs and I just smeared it with whatever it was there, right? And I go
Yeah.
in and I go I'm because I had to go down to the fifth floor for the coffee because there's a large cafeteria down on the first floor that had to line out the door, and here I am thinking they were going to order something, and I said, oh, I'm just going in for coffee, and they were really nice. They said, we're all here just for coffee, and I went, holy shit, I'm out. It almost takes you a half an hour to get up to one of the floors during the whole 8:30 rush. So I said, "Oh hell no, fuck this." So I waited, and then I'm thinking, I need my fucking coffee. So I went. I remembered when I was there as a juror that there's another little coffee spot. So I went down there. I saw the hot dogs. I grabbed them. I'm now I'm now walking towards the elevator, and people that are coming off on the fifth floor, they're rushing out. Who do I see right in the front of the elevator but Griselda? I almost took her spot just for the fuck of it, but because she had to step out to let people out, and I was gonna be like, fuck you, you can stay there. But then I let her go in. She went in. There was enough room for me,
Mm-hmm.
and this is her.
Uh-huh.
I just looked at her. I did one of this. Mm, rolled my eyes and kept walking. She didn't know what to do with me. And we went into the courtroom, and everything else has been pretty mellow. Um, which, to be honest, I prefer it. I go in
Yeah.
there with a ball of knots.
Yeah.
Um, but having people that are there with me makes it a little easier at times
Yeah.
in the courtroom. Outside of the courtroom, poor rib guy, he's all like, I'm waiting. And I'm all like, just go, just go. I feel like I hold them back. I feel like, they want to hurry up and do the other, whatever it may be, and I hold them back. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting to really, at first, I felt overwhelmed. And I'm like, oh, this is too many people for me right now because I feel like I'm responsible for them.
Right.
I feel like I'm such a horrible host. But I'm getting used to it. I think
Yeah.
now they're getting used to me that Becky just takes off, doesn't ask permission, doesn't even worry about. I just take off. I did send Rip Guy, if he's still in here, a message. I'm down at the park because when I went to the elevators, I had to I had to use the restroom. I went to the elevators and I'm like, where are they? Oh, they probably went downstairs. So I send Rib Guy a text that I'm at the park, and these poor guys are still waiting for me at the elevator.
Yeah.
They were up there for a minute. That's why I said if anybody has Rib Guy's number, and then it didn't hit me that Rib Guy had to mute for the
Yes.
courtroom,
Right.
and so he was still in mute. Um, Again, it was a very short hearing. The protective order was granted. He cannot post any of that, any of the discovery onto his channel. He's been warned this will be your last fuck up. And then we will remove your in pro se status or in pro
Okay.
per status. Um, what was the other thing? May 24th is, I guess, a show of cause hearing for the misdemeanors. I will be there that day because that day is also the felonies. It's the prelim for the felonies.
Right.
May 5th is the trial start date for the misdemeanors. So that means that they will probably be selecting jury, and I want to be there for the process. I'm very interested in this now. Um, oh, he brought up that he won, and then when the prosecutor was talking about, he's a dumbass, he doesn't know what he's doing. He brought up that he won an anti-slap without an attorney. I went,
No, you did not.
but the judge doesn't know that.
Yeah.
He also tries to use us once again with we were all out there. All of us were just using our First Amendment, right? The protesters have that First Amendment right, Your Honor, while trying to shut us up at the same
Hmm.
time.
Yeah.
Um, I found that very offensive. I found that very, very, very disgusting. But then again, we know what he is. We know what he is.
Hmm.
He said that he is an advocate. He advocates for Scientologists. In which way, Scott? How do you advocate for them? You mean for
Yeah.
people that want to leave Scientology?
Mm.
Um, he, he tries to use all of the protesters.
Hi,
He was the
Danny.
Hey, Danny. Danny, did you take my tacos? We went, let me tell you guys how spoiled your girl is, okay? We go to the
Hmm.
restaurant that you guys see me going to, and they're always very polite, and I don't think they recognize me because I have lost quite a bit of weight. And
Hmm.
so I said, "What happened? You guys normally take they took somebody else's order first, and we're like, well, we kind of want to order." And the lady then immediately came over and she says, "Oh, how are you?" And then it was like, "Oh yeah, you're a regular. Oh yeah, we love you." So when my taco, I always buy the crunchy tacos. They're potato tacos. They're folded in half. They're seasoned with a lot of yummy stuff in there. This time they brought out the taquitos, which were rolled up.
Hmm.
And Becky, I have your leftovers in the car. Rip Guy forgot them. No, don't blame Rip Guy. So I said, "Oh, you guys are making the taquitos differently. I normally get them folded up." Yeah, that's the way they come. Well, my waiter heard about it, heard that my order was not right. I
Hmm.
still ate I told them, I said, first of all, I told the young lady, no, 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 don't tell the kitchen anything. I'm okay. Um, but the waiter found out, and he says, no. it needs to be done right. I said, I'm already eating them. It's fine. Don't worry. He says, no, you are one of our valued customers here. You're a
Mhm.
regular, and we're gonna get it right. So he brought me another freaking order of the tacos, four tacos. And I
Mhm.
was like, I can't eat anymore. And I had drank a beer. Oh my God, that beer, let me tell you guys,
Mhm.
that was the best fucking beer.
Mhm.
It was so fucking good because it was hot. I needed it. I had a beer. Um, and anyways, they brought me a whole new order of taquitos. So Danny was helping me because, of course, my cane and all of that.
Yeah.
Rip Guy and Danny went to because they left their car parked by the courthouse.
Right.
Rip Guy wanted to go get the car so that we can drive to the restaurant. But it's like
Mhm.
$24 to park over here, another $24 to park over there. And all it is a 2 block, 3 blocks at the most to walk. I said,
Uh
no, we're
huh.
not doing that. I like you did that last time, and no, you're not paying for parking again. So we walked. Remember, I did have a fall, and I
Yes.
I was starting to feel it. So Rib Guy went back, got the car, and met me at Placita Olvera. And Danny went with him so he wouldn't get lost.
Mhm.
And they took Danny forgot my tacos. I thought I was gonna be eating them crunchy tacos. Danny, I hope you enjoy them. Please eat them. Damn it. Because they're fucking good. Yeah, they're really good. But that's all there really was to the court hearing. I found it more interesting how he views us. Again, he will use us to
Mhm.
his advantage as he's fucking kicking us in the head.
Yeah. Um, Cinderella
If
asks, were you
mhm.
guys anywhere near Moxon today?
No, we were sitting on the other side. This is a smaller courtroom. No, Moxon was on the other side of the aisle. We were on this side. Rip Guy actually got some hearing aids. You know,
Yeah.
you guys have seen the little hearing. They look like back in the 80s, the headphones.
Yeah.
Um, he sat in the front, but on the opposite side of Moxon. So we weren't anywhere near them. Why? Is that what they're saying?
No, Cinderella
Mm,
just asked if you were. Um,
mm-mm.
Rib Guy says he didn't want you to walk after your tumbling class this morning. And Danny says, "Do you still want them? I found them when I got into the van a couple of minutes ago."
No,
Danny,
go
were you
eat.
not listening?
No, eat them. Go and eat them. They're potato tacos. You know, they're fucking delicious. They're great. They're so yummy. Enjoy them. It's not like they were my leftovers. It was a brand new order.
Yeah.
I knew for a fact. And the girl told me, she said, no, they needed to be redone so that you can have some to take home. Yeah, they're always. What does it say? I can't see.
Laura says, "Hi, listening. Hi, late but listening. We'll catch up later. Thank you for
Ah,
being
hey
here, Laura."
Laura. Yeah. We did go
And
out to visit. We thought we were gonna go in support of the city council meeting with Laura and Audit.
mhm,
Um, they had a meeting to attend afterwards, so we just chit chatted. I think. Look, guys, am I aware that people in their chat still see me as a horrific, evil person? I'm fully aware of that. But Audit has never, ever, ever, ever participated in any of the bullying. Audit
right.
has never participating in any of the nastiness. On the contrary, when everybody was against me and I
Mm-hmm.
went down to Burbank because they were going to hold a dinner or a something with what is that other part, the mental health aspect that they claim that they do so well. I can't remember, CCHR or something like that.
Right, the CCHR.
Mm,
Well, that's the human rights.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
um,
I remember because yeah,
Audit took the
audit
bus.
was there. Yeah.
Audit took the bus. It was at the height of Let's Hate Becky. And her chat was like, "What are you doing there with her?" And she said, "She's here by herself and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to allow it."
Yeah.
Um, what this man does to you is put fear in you. Um, she still continued to try to help Scott out just because, that's her.
Yep.
I never participated in any of this. Me and Laura have already spoken about where I wish she would have spoken up earlier. Laura and I have already had a private conversation.
Yep.
Again, I'm not in it for recognition. I'm not in it for. I went out there because I saw Laura's pain
Yep.
when she saw her dad.
And you have
And
said that from the beginning.
and I will continue to support as much as I can. I don't go into their chats. I don't watch them because it can be very triggering. And I know that if I were to go into Laura's chat, she will be okay 100% with it.
Yeah.
But I know the chat will attack somewhere in there, not by
Yeah.
her doing, not whether they're going to allow it or not, just because of the simple fact that Scott managed to hurt my reputation.
Yep.
So I do it as a
I've seen
survivor.
it. I've seen it
Mhm.
in her chat
Yeah,
when you
it was
were on
probably
with
in
her.
there today. Oh, you did? I didn't. Thankfully,
Yeah.
I never saw chat.
Yeah.
I didn't. He managed to really hurt my reputation when it came to the anti Scientology supporters. They still believe Scott. They still hold that animosity towards me. Um, they never once stopped to think that I never attacked Laura. Never did I attack Audit.
Yeah.
Um, but if that's the impression they want to continue to have about me, that's not my problem. I
Yeah.
have no control
Exactly.
over that. But I do have
Exactly.
control of keeping myself safe and not
Mm-hmm.
going in where you're not wanted. Let's be real.
Yeah.
She may be okay with it, but her chat is not. I'm not going,
Mm-hmm.
she has enough going on. She
Yeah.
has enough of that Scott stink still on her.
Yeah.
I don't want to add to it. I just don't. And
Yeah.
not for her and not for me. That's simple.
You know, people, unfortunately, there are always going to be people who are going to see what they want to see, and they're not going to change their minds unless it happens to them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um, you can't you can't even waste your time worrying about what they have to say.
Mm-mm,
And
mm-mm.
that's why, like,
Ashley was there. I still
yeah, I
greeted
saw
her.
that she was there. Yeah. And like I know that you have said repeatedly that you were lurking in Pup Groomer's chat and you saw that she and I were talking about what we saw, and we knew that you had
Yes.
not done anything that you had been accused of doing. And I mean, while I appreciate the fact that you have said that, like, I wasn't saying it, for you. I was having the
Yeah.
conversation with her. And
Hmm.
I would have had that conversation with anyone because I know what I saw, and you're not going to change my opinion on that because I was literally camped out in your chat and I
And
could
Pup
hear what you were
Groomer,
saying.
yeah. And
Yeah,
Pup
and
Groomer
Pup
was
was
my
was
mod.
your mod. Yeah,
Is my mod. Well,
yeah,
that's why I appreciate it, because I know you guys weren't doing it for my benefit, because I was watching or I was lurking.
yeah.
You guys did it because that's how you felt. And I think that's why it meant so much to me. What did that comment say?
Uh, so Laura said exactly. The moment I heal with someone I love or
Hmm.
loved, we are good. Doesn't matter others' ideas or vibes or views. When I'm healed with someone, I'm healed with them.
Yeah. We is our friendship ever going to be the same? Um Probably not, just because I don't ever want her to feel like I'm overstepping or I'm trying to um it's difficult to still be that same person, that carefree, oh my god, Laura, and joke with her, and we will get there eventually. We will get there where I can now say, hey, and laugh about it. I think we were doing that with KK and Boss Talk. We were just roasting each other one night, and um there will be a time where this is going to be like, remember the time of that dumbass, remember him, I don't even remember his name, but dumbass did this. I think eventually we will get there. It does take a minute to gather your thoughts, and I think it's okay. It took her a minute
Yeah,
to see what she finally saw, and it was an asshole that came in for the purpose to grift off of them,
yeah,
used Lara. Let's be real. He used Lara. I know he was using her, but she was not ready to see it.
yeah.
I was not going to go in the attack.
No.
Eventually, I knew he was going to fuck up. And this is what I mean also with many of the ex Scientologists and anyone that is going through this. Um,
Hmm.
I think we'll be here when you need the support, if you ask for it in a kind way. I'm not saying kiss or ass, that's not what I'm referring to.
No.
But don't go into a chat and attack and then expect us to support. Like, I won't mention her name, but yeah, she was quite his money bag. Um, And even then, when she came in there and was, don't keep my name out of your mouth, it was like, we didn't say anything about you.
Yeah,
Later on, I thought about it and I thought, somebody must have ran to Erica and been like, KK and Becky are talking about you in Boss Talk, because you know how they love to stir that shit up. When in reality, all we were saying was, oh, yeah, he was talking shit about AZ. And he was all like, there's only two people in his chat, and only Erica was in there today. That was the extent of it. The
yeah,
stream is still up. And, that made me snap. And, well, no, fortunately, she had to see a side of Becky that very seldom comes out.
yeah.
And, but then when she said, she started to realize that whatever she was told is not. Then it was all like, well, I know, Becky, I know, and I did go in a little hard. I will admit, I went in hard,
Hmm.
and then I thought about it, and I said, look, Erica, if what you're needing is our support, we're here for it, but you have to come in. and you at least have to just say hello, guys. That's all. We're not a bunch of Scots. We're not a bunch of Z's. We're not a bunch of Foxandras. You
Right.
know, um, she thanked us. And then I think eventually she understood that it wasn't said in a malicious way. I
Right.
had to step back and say, you know what? We've all been there. We've all been that person. We've all been that person that supported him. Not all of us went on the attack because I'll be damned if I'm going to attack this person because you tell me to. Fuck you.
Right. Right.
Um, but they're opening up their eyes. And if we do this, fuck you, go back where you came from,
Hmm.
that's not going to allow us to heal.
No, it's
Again,
not.
that does not mean that I will put up with any abuse. I will not put up with you trying to abuse me because you're damaged. No,
No.
no, no. You see, no, I'm not. But if you try to come in and say, you know what, I not even apologize, I don't need a fucking apology. When you come in and say, guys, I really need your support, leave it at that.
Yeah.
I was wrong. Now I see what Scott is because X, Y, and Z. Then it's like, you know what? I get it.
Hmm.
Welcome in. That does not mean that I trust you 100%. Because
Right.
if you were capable of saying all that shit about me without knowing me, it's going
Hmm.
to take a long minute for me to be okay with you.
Right. Yeah. And unfortunately, because of the lies that he has told about so many people, and the fact that they were swallowed by so many people without question, and there are some who continue to hold on to believing those lies, it keeps getting brought up over and over and over again. And some people are just like, you know what? I'm done with all of that. I've had enough with all of that. This is not what I'm here for. And it's sad because it undermines what we're trying to do and the whole reason that we came into this. And I realize that not everybody that came into this movement came into it to actually stop Scientology or to
Yeah.
stop the abuse from Scientology. And
Hmm.
those people, unfortunately, if they're not here for that and they don't see any value in doing the work, then if they're here for the drama, they are here for the drama, and they don't care that they
Yeah.
are undermining what we're trying to do because that's
We,
not what they're here about. So
yeah.
like it makes absolutely no difference to them. And
Some of
yeah,
us are still
a lot
very
of us,
raw. It's
yeah,
still
uh,
very raw. It's still a touchy subject. We have been abused so badly by his supporters, his chat, I should say.
mm-hmm,
We truly were very abused by them. I'm gonna call it what it is. It was abuse. It's very
yeah,
abusive.
yeah,
Um, I will not, I will not allow any more abuse towards me. So if you're going to come in and try to once again continue that abuse, then be prepared to hear the Becky that I know is in me, because I will sit back in a heartbeat and say, go fuck yourself. And while you're at
yeah,
it, go fuck your ancestors too, in a heartbeat. I am no longer, I no longer have to consider everybody else's feelings.
Yeah.
before I had to consider the feelings of the people we were trying to help.
Yeah.
They have been abused by Scientology. They have been brought up to say and to think that everybody backstabs them. You see, that what was so important to me. No, I was not here to hurt you. No, I'm not Osa. No, I didn't talk to Moxon. No, I didn't talk to Jennifer. No, I'm not trying to throw him in a cage. You see, that's all you heard from me.
Yeah.
That's all you heard from me. But now, this Becky, the one that managed to get her ass literally off the floor today
Mm-hmm.
again, um, I am no longer, you see, I no longer have to protect their feelings. They're fully aware of what Scott is.
Yeah.
Now I get to say, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Yep.
Everybody knows what Scott is.
Yeah.
And
Because at this
no one
point, they
person,
have seen it. They have
yep,
to have seen it.
there's been so much about it out there. I get it. All the East Coast people were trying to warn us, yes,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's he wasn't presenting that at the moment. I didn't understand what they were talking about. I don't fucking research people. I don't go
Yeah.
all up their ass to find out what the fuck they ate for dinner. You know,
Yeah.
that's not me. I accept you for who you present yourself to me. Once I know that you're a fucking liar, you're a grifter, you're an abuser. Once I know that, I step away. Bye. I don't need that
Yeah.
in my life. I've already had
Yeah.
enough of it.
And for me, I was very removed from that whole LA situation. I got the ick feeling from him the first time I saw him on camera. And I tried. I was in his chat at the very beginning. I
Hmm.
tried
Yes.
to give him the benefit of the doubt, but for me, my instincts were like screaming at me. So the only time I ended up being in his chat was when there wasn't anybody else live at
Hmm.
that time.
Hmm.
And I didn't want to chat because I didn't feel comfortable in his chat.
Hmm.
And that was a reflection of him. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else at reading the
No.
room. Like I said, I was very removed from the whole situation. So
But
I
you
might have
still
had
got
a broader
splashed.
view.
You still got splashed with it, you know? I know that it made you very angry to see how he was abusing so many people.
Yeah,
You
it
still got the
did.
residual of that.
I, yes, but I, again, it didn't, what he was doing did not affect my life
Yes.
personally. It
Yeah.
bothered me that I could see what was happening and other people could not see it for themselves. That was what was really aggravating to me
Hmm.
because I'm going like all you have to do is look through your own eyes and tune him out for like half an hour and you will see that what he is saying is not true.
So many were in my chat. So
I
many
know.
saw.
I
You
know.
know, so many saw. There's also the other aspect of it, that
Yeah.
fear that they're going to do to me what they did to Becky.
Yeah.
I don't want my channel taken down. I don't want my channel to hurt. And let's be real, many of them, all they thought about was their channel. Hey,
Yeah.
do you, boo?
Yeah.
But you see, the same way that what he did to me, now he's done it over there. But you're still all about your channel, right? You still
Right.
care about your channel, right? But now
And
you have no channel.
yeah. And there were there were a couple of people that I really supported besides you um,
Hmm.
during that time. And when I realized how much they bowed down to him,
Oh my God. I was like, people, no, 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 no. Let me tell you,
yeah,
in LA, I fucking refuse to bow down to him.
mm-hmm,
That's what I did wrong in people's
yeah,
eyes. How
yep,
fucking dare you not
yeah,
remove your mods and add his mods that had another intention? Fuck you. You see, that's what they were not counting on. They were not counting on Becky going, fuck you. I ain't doing what he's
yeah,
telling me.
that had me so livid. I was
Yep.
swearing and cursing at the screen and going, nobody's fucking ever telling me who to trust as my mod ever. I would
Hmm.
rather have no mods and have no channel than have someone
That was
else
me.
tell me who I can and can't have as my mod.
In my case, he wanted me to go against Ellie.
Ellie. Yeah, I know.
And I was like, but she hasn't done anything. It seems so unfair to me. And
Yeah.
when he told me that either I got rid of my mods, I said,
Mm,
or what? He said,
yeah.
oh, you can't be at the encampment. My response was, well, love you, Scotty, but I got to go.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
you will not tell me who I can have and I cannot have. You will not
Yeah.
tell me who I can speak to and who I cannot speak to. Fuck you. I had enough of that abuse with my son's father, who would tell me
Mm-hmm.
how to dress, how to behave, who I can talk to, who I cannot talk to. Fuck
Right.
you.
Yep.
And I was very vocal about it.
Yep.
I wasn't at that. I saw in his chat someone that said, no, not Becky. This one hurt. Oh, but it didn't hurt you when you were talking shit about me. Lies. The lies, let me tell you a few of the lies that came up. Um, Other than the needles, okay? Because the needle was just one lie. I was passing
Mm-hmm.
out drugs to people. He
Yep.
accused me of passing out drugs to people.
Mm-hmm.
Think about what he was accusing me of.
Yeah.
That never happened. He accused me, and with Sandra's help, fuck Sandra,
Mm-hmm.
went around to all of the protesters and completely lied about me.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. My channel was not worth me turning on a woman I barely knew. She had been my mod for less than a fucking half a day.
Yeah.
My channel was not worth me turning on another person. I refuse to do that. One. Two, my integrity
Yep.
was in question.
Yep.
And now I get to say, Scott, fuck you again.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a lot of voices behind me that
Yep.
will amplify that. Scott can no longer go around. And yeah, the couple of people that want to see that, Scott can no longer go around and harass people. And people say, okay, it's okay to abuse this woman. Because let me tell you, bigger channels made fucking lives about me and Ellie. I
Yep.
tried to help Nancy with the boobathon, and they fucking dragged me through the mud. This bitch doxed me. How did she dox me? She knew my personal information because how fucking Becky dare use her Venmo and send her fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
Something I don't do because I was so afraid of my name being out there. I didn't know how to change the Venmo. I trusted Nancy Drew, and this
Yeah.
bitch went onto his channel and continued the abuse. Where are you now, Nancy? You see, you did. I might have gotten hurt in the beginning, but your channel grew, and it grew
Mm-hmm.
on a foundation that was rotten to the core. It could not sustain. It could not sustain you. Now what? My channel, whether it's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, my channel is slowly growing. And it's not growing so much because people hate you. It's because they know, guess what? Becky has integrity. I've proved
Yeah.
it again and again and again. And fuck any of them who say that I
You,
don't.
Becky, you
Hmm.
need some light. Your face is in the dark.
Yeah, I'm looking. That's because my little chingadera keeps,
Keeps shutting
these.
off.
Yeah, I think it might need to be charged, but it's a little ring light that comes with my yeah. Anyways, let me see if I can go turn on the other light because I don't like it. I look too dark. I am the mistress of the night.
And what you got a problem with being dark, lady?
In the dark, not being dark. Oh, honey, you don't know. I was the one that used to suntan out with baby oil. I,
Mm-hmm.
it's funny you said that. I was the lightest of my mother's kids. And my mother always made it a point to let me know that I was the lightest of her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, I guess I had my grandfather's complexion. They had more of my other grandparents that are First Nation.
Yeah.
And so it was something that was looked upon as great beauty. Honey, I would go in town because I wanted that dark beautiness. I would go out in
Mm-hmm.
town with no fucking, yeah, I would no sunscreen. Let me go grab and see if I can make it a little lighter. Give me one sec. Actually, let me
Okay.
mute because I'm gonna go and talk to my husband and see if he can do it. And you never know what Becky's gonna say.
Thank you. Oh boy. Uh, Club brain fog. I don't know. I did not use the baby oil, but there was, oh, I cannot remember the name of the brand, but it was like a tanning oil and it smelled like coconuts. It's not like I needed any extra help to tan, but all my friends were white in those days. And so if they were out in the backyard sunbathing, I was out there with them. And I actually got kicked out of one friend's backyard because I was showing tan lines after half an hour. And they had been out there for like 3 hours before I even got there. So my friend's mother was not amused. She said, "You go sit in the house." Hawaiian tropics. Yes, thank you, Club. That was it. Yeah. Um, but luckily for me, I didn't spend too much time sitting in the sun sunbathing because I didn't like sweating in the sun. And good night, Aussie. Thanks for being here. Um, and I wasn't good at sitting still. Yes, halter tops for baseball games. Yeah. Um, I back then I was much more active and didn't, like I said, I did not like sitting still. Um, and I miss those days. But anyway, so sitting around doing not much in the sun was something that I only did when it was the only way to spend time with whatever friend I was wanting to visit with. Yeah, I know a lot of people like that Phoenix Book girl that are, pale and burn instead of tanning. Hello, Breeze. And by the way, I saw that you recently subscribed. Thank you for that. Yeah, I did burn my shoulders once because at the time we lived in an apartment building and there was a pool on the roof, and I, didn't think about the fact that the sun was reflecting off the water, and so yeah, burned my shoulders, but I did not do it twice. Hey, Becky.
Hola. I was Becky, mistress of the dark prior.
We can see you.
Yeah, it's these little Costco lights that I didn't know how to use, but now I do.
Uh huh.
They can go on, they have magnet.
Yeah.
I fucking love them. Oh my god, I love them. I use them in the house.
Yeah.
They have a motion sensor.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, so I would leave the light on, like if because come 1 o'clock in the morning, it never fails. I wake up and I wake up very hungry.
Yeah.
So I have to be like, where's the light? And this just kind of lights up. It's enough to allow me to see where I'm going without
Yep.
waking me up. I
Yeah.
fucking love these things. So I had one in here and I had taken it. The other thing, Club Brain Fog, on the 24th, when you come down, hopefully you'll teach me how to use my microphone that my son gave me. Mm, let me tell you guys, I got some awesome friends.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just have some off. I love Club Brain Fog and I love Papa Cat. Um, Rib Guy, Danny doesn't say much. Where are you, Danny? Danny just laughs. Danny just laughs and is on his phone. The last time we were having lunch, he didn't do it as much today, but we were all sitting out having lunch, and I look at him and I'm all like, should I go live so that you and I can talk? And he's all like, oops. And then look at the beautiful flower my husband cut from my garden. I don't
Oh,
know if you can
nice.
see it. It's a nice two-tone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just love that man. That man is so supportive. I'm gonna tell you, I went through fucking hell. Um, I went through fucking hell with my son's father, but I now see it as this was my reward. I'm able to appreciate what my husband does for me.
Yeah.
Does he buy me fucking a dozen roses? No, he doesn't. He tends to a rose garden, a little rose bush,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll look what is the perfect rose, and he'll
Yep.
come and he bring it to me.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's gonna be the same thing with this. I went through hell for what Scott did to me, and
Yeah.
to many of us, you know. But I think at the end, there's going to be something better that we're able to. What the fuck, dude? That we're able to appreciate. I left it under the motion sensor. Man, I was so fucking inspired. You cut my fucking inspiration. Welcome to Becky's brain. Thank you. Jesus.
I do want to start wrapping us up
Yes,
soon
it is
though,
getting late.
because it is getting late. It's
I
later
need
here than it
dinner.
is there. I need dinner.
It's
And
been a long day.
I did not have a long sleep last night, so I would
Oh
like
no.
to make up
Mm-hmm.
for that.
School, you know that you and I can sit on here and just talk for hours. I'm
Mm-hmm.
very tired.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I mean, I've taken a tumble. I wake up around
Yeah.
5. I'll be fine. Actually, believe
Becky,
it or not,
you need to soak in an Epsom salt bath before you go to bed.
that's exact. But that fall adjusted something in my hip, believe it or not,
Uh-huh.
where now I can stand up a little straighter.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, it adjusted. They're afraid to touch my back, and this bitch decided to do it on her own.
Yeah.
As if you guys don't know, Becky has a potty mouth. I apologize. That is why Scooter Mom has to put that disclaimer.
Yeah. Not safe for work.
But I appreciate you, Scoot. I love coming on here and going over the court stuff because you allow me to process it. And again, guys, I'm not a true reporter. I come out, I try to give you guys,
You are
although I was called
not?
one. I'm the press girl. I'm the
Well,
press.
I mean, I'd say that makes you one now. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think that once all of this is behind us, I would really like to start going. What did he say?
He said you should fall more. Just kidding.
For reals. I think what was it? Who was it? Friday who said um she put up my buy me a coffee and then she said
Yeah,
for Becky's hospital.
we both did it.
Ah!
Like in the same minute, we both did it. Good night, Janet.
Good night. It was so funny to me. Oh my God. You see, this is what I enjoy about what Scott tried to destroy and he couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do want to do like today, if you guys didn't see it, it was a bunch of babbling. Um, Becky had me laughing at that. What the fuck?
And Janet says, thanks for the update.
You're welcome, Dana. She's always been a great supporter. I
Mm-hmm.
found many people that I felt very alone at the beginning of this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, People like Riddle, like Pup Groomer, um, Miss Sunshine Dawn, Scoot. You already know Scoot. It means the world to me. And there's too many to name. Um, all lifted me up and assured me I was going to be okay. And sometimes that's the only thing you need to learn to hear is
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be okay and we're going to be here to support you. I really do
And
want to take my. Mhm, go ahead.
and the other thing that you heard from some of us was, you better not be hiding away from my chat. You better be
Yeah.
in my chat.
Scooter made me a mod, and was I not worried? I'm on Scooter, no, because what's gonna come?
Yeah.
No, Scoot, they're gonna
Yeah.
attack you, no. And I was like in a panic, and I was like, no, no. Uh,
Yeah.
Scooter stood up and said, no, I want you to be my mod,
Mm-hmm.
and that meant so much to me. I felt like I was damaged goods to the anti-Scientology movement. Again, guys, have there been other things that have pushed some of us away a little bit? Yes, but we're still in it.
Yeah.
Um, I might not go to blue, but we're still in it. We're still in it. Their knee jerk reaction is to push and say, we don't need you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think what we sometimes need to do is step back and say, okay, that's okay, but continue to do what we do best, which is speak out against the abuses, um, support where they may need. But I think most importantly, sometimes we have to give people grace, whether it's anti-Scientology, whatever it may be,
Hmm.
um, and in order for them to understand that we're not here to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
We're not here to take over anything. I know nothing about what they went through in Scientology, but I do know a lot of the trauma that I went through. I do know a lot about high control groups. I grew up in a fucking drug infested neighborhood. Then I moved to another one. And then I think to me, it's normal um, to live in this because I understand it. I know it. I know how to maneuver through all of the different barrios or whatever the hell you want to call them.
Hmm.
It's normal for me. But at the same time, um, I think that by giving grace, by continuing to support, we're showing them that we're still here and we
Yeah.
don't mean any harm to no one. I can vouch for Scooter Mom, for Journey, for Rip Guy, I for Club Brain Fog. I can vouch that we're all in it to help each other because a lot of us have gone through it. Maybe not your type of situation, but we know what it's like to be pushed aside, to be abused, and we also know how to come up from it. Right here, your girl. I don't go around hurting people because I understand that hurt. That means that I understand your pain, not exactly your situation, but I understand that pain. And that's what
Yeah.
I want people to know.
Yeah.
What about
And
you?
with that, we are going to say goodnight because
We're tired.
we are tired. I am really hungry. And if I don't claim my food right now, I'm going to have to move my backside downstairs to go get it myself. And I don't want to do that.
No, Danny might take it. That's another thing. We can laugh about it now, you know.
Yeah.
Danny and I, we also went through our thing and we can fucking laugh about it now. We can. And
Yeah.
that's all we want. We want healing for this, for all of us. That's all we want. We just want healing. So with that,
Yes.
bye guys.
Good night,
Scooter on
everybody.
Monday. Scooters on
Yes.
Monday at three
Yes.
at 3 Pacific time. Please subscribe to her. She does the recaps. She doesn't do it for acknowledgement. She doesn't do it to grip. She does it because she truly cares. So please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe
I have no
and send your little
memberships because
notification.
I don't qualify yet.
We're
So
trying to
there
get
is no
school.
grifting happening.
Mm-mm. How far are you away from achieving your memberships?
Uh,
You're
I
about halfway
am,
there.
I have several more watch hours, hundreds of watch hours to go before I qualify.
But
I
do you
can't even
have
tell
the
you.
memberships yet?
Yeah, no, I don't have
Okay.
memberships. I have subscriptions.
Uh,
I have enough
Sorry, subscription.
subscriptions. Yeah, I have
Guys,
enough subscriptions for partial monetization, but
how
I
about
still
every
need.
one of you guys go back and watch it? Put it on. Do you have playlists?
I do. I have
Okay.
playlists.
Do you
Um,
know how many times Scooter Mom did this for a lot of people and with Pup Groomer? Put on your headset, let it run throughout the night, Get those watch out. Come on, guys. She has put in a lot of work to continue with this. Um, let's do for Scooter what she's done for many. And that's let's support her 100%. And with that, I say goodbye because I will stay here another fucking hour and I'm
Yes. Good
hungry.
night, everybody.
Good night. Bye,
Thank
Scoot.
you.
Love you. Love
Bye.
you. Bye.